ये कॉन्फ्रेंस रूम में ये लाइट सही तो है
हाँ और लाइट्स नहीं
Hi. Sorry about the glitch the last time. I hope everything is fine right now. So my name is Vandana Sufia Katoch, and who accidentally became, came into the spotlight because of a post I wrote for my son when he cleared his class 10 board exams. And I'm happy that I'm having this chance to have a chat with you, all your parents. So big of you, and a big thanks to because the more we talk about it, the more we can normalize it and see where it goes from there. So I'll go live with you. Can I get a hello saying yes? It's the net, the connection is fine this time. Yeah, is anyone online who can tell me that the connection is working all right? Yes, okay, great. Thanks, Rohit. I know you were there the last time too, and thanks for coming back at 2:00. I know it's lunchtime, and hi, Ishan, hi. Okay, so there's a couple of questions which have been shared, and I'll try and answer them. One is, how was your journey of standing by your son? So yeah, it's been a long journey. He's 15 now, so I knew very early on that the gifts my child has, his mark sheet will not be able to showcase that ever. And he's always been a very voracious reader. He started reading when he was just a baby, and his bag is full of fat library books, and he writes very, very well, very interestingly. His English assignments are always good. So that's what he, and of course there are many other things, and this is not the forum to talk about that, but I knew as a mother that he has certain gifts, certain talents which are not necessarily academic oriented. And he was in a school in his junior classes. In his junior classes, he was academically doing very well, but as it started going up, the classes, it started becoming more and more challenging. And we decided to shift him out of his earlier school, where the focus was marks, to a school which was more looking at the child holistically and the child's growth in more ways than just marks. And that was a good shift. I remember in his first month itself, he got an award for a book quiz that he had won, which was a big pump up for him. He got drama as a subject that he studied, and he did pretty well in that, and very good reviews from his teachers. But CBSE was still there, and as he started going to class 9 and 10, no matter how supportive the school was, the fact remained that the subjects that he found challenging just got more and more so. And class 10 he reached a point where his marks were not coming, and that brought him really down emotionally, and he started connecting his self-worth with his marks. And it came to a point where he said, how good am I about if I get these marks? And I had to keep reminding him. I said that, my son, if you see yourself from my eyes, you will know what I mean, and you won't say what you're saying, because I can see that spark in you that will take you far. But he's a child, and that became a bit of a struggle, and quite a bit of a struggle, and emotionally he was quite down, and it just became a vicious circle till in December it reached a point where I said, okay, if it's stressing you out so much, it's okay if you have to repeat it. And then that's when he said, no way am I going to repeat it. And he really put all his efforts. I took a pause from work and worked with him 24/7. And with all his efforts, he cleared his exams, and he got his marks. And that's what gave me so much joy. Yeah. So what is his plan, Rohit is asking, after class 10? Well, he's chosen the subjects of his liking finally. Maths and science are out. He's chosen psychology, sociology, history, and political science, and of course, English. Another question that has come is, my son is dyslexic and goes to a special school. I'm under pressure from relatives to put him in a regular school, but I know it will be very uncomfortable for him. What do I do? Okay, first a big disclaimer. I'm not an expert. I'm not a counselor. So I can only share my experience and my thoughts as a mother. So especially for a question like this, you need expert advice. You need to, meet his doctor, the counselor, the school itself where you're intending to, even considering for him. But all I will say is that please do not base your decision on what people think or what people expect of you. Your decision has to be based on what is good for your child and nothing more. So please keep a child at the center of it, what is good for him and what will help him develop, into and blossom into his best. So keep that in mind, and then please take a call. The next one says, my child is not interested in academics, but he's great at theater. Please help. All right. First of all, congratulations that your child has already found at least something that he enjoys and loves and is good at. So I would say that academics is important. Okay, it's not an either or situation. The academic track should continue. He should give his best to his studies, and at the same time, explore this theater side more and more. You can encourage him to, there's so many different facets to theater. It's not just acting. There's screenwriting. There's production. There's music. There's ticket selling. All of that. So if you can help your child explore that more, and probably even intern with a theater personality, in a summer break, that would help. So yeah, I would say keep both tracks on, and just see where it goes. Yeah. All the best to your child. Okay. My teenage daughter has friends who are multi-talented. Often she comes to me and complains about not being particularly good at something. How do I boost my child's confidence? Okay. So tell her that every flower blooms in its own time. Okay. So there is no rush. There's no hurry. At 14, at 13, you're not supposed to know what you're good at. And I can understand, there's comparisons that happen at that age. What at that age? At our age also. So just tell her that, it's great if her friends have, trying out different things. But she'll find her song, okay? Just tell her to keep moving, to keep growing, and to keep exploring, and to keep trying. And someday she will hit upon something that says, oh, that's something I love doing, and why don't I try and do that more. So without pressure, without fear, without competition, with the spirit of exploration and the spirit of growing, I think that's how she can she can handle this. And tell her that even without having met her, I know she's beautiful. I know she has a spark in her, and all my good wishes with her. Do you think board exams are necessary for evaluating a child's potential? Children ultimately pursue something else, so how does it help anyway? Okay, here again, I will not say that we should junk board exams, and exams are unnecessary. No, they're important. They give the child the opportunity to put in disciplined, hard work, sincerity, to study with a goal. And I would say from experience, my recent experience with my son, the last 2 months when he really gave it everything, the lessons he learned, not just the academic lessons, but of waking up early, of disciplining, of having taking breaks for a limited time, then going back, that honesty that you develop as a student, those are very, very important values that will take you far. So so exams are important. They help to assess where you stand, and how much more you need to put in. The problem that happens is when we start to compare and we start to write off children on the basis of their marks, and that is something that we should not do. And yes, exams do not showcase the child's potential in other areas, so that track we have to continue to help the child explore his potential, and at the same time keep the academic rigor, and because those are values that I as a student, I don't my marks, what I got in 10th and 12th, they were good, by the way, but nobody asks me about those marks. But the values I learned as a student, of getting those marks, while getting those marks, are what are holding me in good stead even today, even though I'm in a totally different line, which has nothing to do with the maths honors that I did. But so those are important, and I don't think we should dismiss that. Yeah, so this is about the questions that that were given to me, and let's see if there are any more. Yes, I agree. Thank you all. Very congratulatory messages coming in, and yes, it's been it's the last 4 weeks have been unreal, and while the intention wasn't to spark off anything, it was just like a pure joy and pride that post came from. But the response that I've got makes me want to take this conversation forward. It is not something that I can simply shrug off and say that okay, fine, whatever happens after this. No, however much I can do to talk about this and help parents and children see that there's something beyond marks, I'd be really happy. Who's your inspiration growing up? I was a bit of a dreamer, in my childhood. So I can't imagine any one person, but for sure, I wanted to do great things in my life. Okay, in my head, in my dreams, in my daydreams, I'd already achieved them. So my own sense of exploration and discovery kind of just helped me drum up a lot of things in my head, and slowly in life I'm seeing that somewhere some of them are coming true. This current episode in my life, which is in its own way helping start this conversation and in whatever small way make a difference, is something that's great for me. Yeah. So one of the things I want to share with you, that as a parent, and I have seen myself grow through this experience. So I was pretty young when I had the kids. By 30, both the kids were born, and I was, the motherhood has helped me grow as a person. It has made me more accepting, calmer, and so this the title of this the topic of our discussion today is having the right expectations from your child. So the acceptance, when I say acceptance, it is that your child is unique. yes, I got my 90s, and for me, I used to wonder that it's coming so clearly and so easily, that what is the blockage. And then I realized there is something so beautiful in him that I never had. So why compare? Why compare anyone with anyone? So the analogy I can think of is like two flowers, or flowers in a garden, and for some reason it is decided that everyone has to be a rose. Yeah, but there are sunflowers, and there are dahlias, and there are tulips, and there are buttercups. There's so many different kinds of flowers in the garden, but everyone has said that no, you have to be like the rose because that's the perfect flower, and you have to have red petals. And the sunflower thinks that, oh, but I have yellow, and but no, you have to have a certain fragrance, but I have a different fragrance. So when the sun, and obviously when the sunflower is told that no, you're not red enough, or you're not fragrant enough, is when the child will, and the flower is a child obviously, who hasn't yet discovered his own beauty, will start to feel very small. Whereas we as parents have to see the sunflower in our child, and have to not force him to be the rose that society expects him to be. Find that sunflower, find that beauty in that child, and let him be a blossoming, blooming, fragrant, beautiful, happy sunflower. Let the tulip be the tulip. So these comparisons, we as parents have to first drop and accept our child for what he brings to this world. And every child comes with something special. We as parents have to just help them find it. So yeah, your hashtag find your shine. How did you come up with it? Yeah, so I realized that this needed a handle. There were a lot of things being talked about. At the start of it, it was about marks and the importance of marks that we give. But then I realized that marks are only a symptom of the real problem. The real problem is that our children are not allowed to to celebrate their inner potential, and we want to just put them in these little boxes that they have to conform to and get the marks. The marks are their way of conforming to it, and if they don't get the marks, is when we label them as good for nothing, and your future is over and all of that. So find your shine actually came from there, that every child is born with an inner light, an inner beauty that's unique to him or her, and let's help them find it so that they live in a luminous, beautiful, glowing sort of way, and spread light wherever they go. And the other thing I want to say is that our definition of success is very limited as of now. We say that success means having a fancy job with a couple of lakhs a month, and a good car and all of that, which is one way of looking at that success, which is fine. But let the child decide what it means for him. Let us not put our definitions of this is how you have to be successful. Let the child decide. Maybe he likes hopping in and out of an Uber. Maybe he likes working out of home office. And when I'm saying him, I also mean her. So please, both genders included. So let us not put our 40, 50-year-old thinking and our whatever burdens that we carry on our child, and say that no, you have to be like this. Guide him best, encourage him, but let him decide what he wants to do, and how much money is enough for him to earn, for example, in his life. So we've got a chance in our life to do what we want to do with So if success means a certain thing to us, let's look at ourselves and see how we can achieve that success, and not use our kids. I mean, I'm not saying use. I'm a mother myself, and no parent does it knowingly, but unknowingly we put that pressure that you have to be successful in a certain way. If we believe that is success, let's do it for ourselves. Let's work harder. Let's try different things and get it for ourselves, and let free the child to succeed in his own unique way. when will be the next meetup? So we had one on Sunday at Delhi Lodi Gardens, and it was a very engaging, enriching sort of an experience. And we had people who, there was this person who runs a swimming academy. So academically he wasn't good in studies, and he always felt compared to with his friend and lesser than his cousins. But now he runs a very successful swimming academy, and so on and so forth. So all I'm saying is that such meetups help take add some depth to the conversation, and we also discuss how we can take it forward. So that's what we kind of did. We've taken down some steps on what to do next, starting with a Facebook page dedicated to Find Your Shine, and also took down phone numbers, and also discussed that we need to do this more and more often. So one of them was from Hyderabad. She said that Hyderabad needs these kind of conversations, because there is a lot of there's a pressure on kids to become engineers and go abroad, and that's the only path that is defined for them. So if such meetups can happen in different cities as well. So I don't know where this will go right now. I'm shamelessly saying yes to everyone who wants to talk about this issue. I'm willing and happy to talk and share. And yes, very soon we should have more and more meetups and not let this go. So yeah, Find Your Shine is going to be a Facebook page, an Instagram page, and hopefully soon a website and a YouTube channel. I just need to take out some time for this, because I have my work to do, but this is seeming like something that I cannot ignore. I have to put my time and my energies to help this grow as well. So yeah, everyone please chip in and with your suggestions and comments, and we'll be really happy to do this together. This cannot be done alone, and yeah, that's how it is. Any more questions? Yes, fine. Yes, I'm also looking forward to it, and thank you. There's been so much outpouring in my inbox. And I have not been able to reply one by one to everyone, but I am doing it every morning. I try and reply to as many people. I just want to thank you. You're generous enough to call me super mom. I know I'm not a super mom. I know I have my flaws, and I know that I have my doubts as a kid, as a mother, and there are odd days when I even scream at my boys. So I'm as much you as can be, but I've just seen myself grow through the process. Yeah, so I think all of us owe it to ourselves to keep growing, keep looking at our children, not from a conditioned point of view, but from a very honest and pure and true way of how we're seeing them and how they are. And not color them with what society thinks or what is expected of them. So yeah, I think if there are no more questions, we can end the session. Thank you so much for being there. Sorry about the glitch earlier, and I hope to meet you in person sometime, and would love to take this forward. Bye bye.